Bon voyage. Today we are doing a Liberty of the Seas cruise ship review. Yes, that's right, a classic Royal Caribbean ship. We recently sailed on a 3-night Bahamas cruise, February 21st to 24th, 2025. And today we're going to cover on the show the pool deck, the dining venues, and point out some beautiful, popular common areas. And at the end of the show, we're going to cover why book a cruise on Liberty of the Seas, because yes, it's an older ship, but you must sail on this classic mega ship from Royal Caribbean. David Hartman, owner of Fantastic Endeavors Travel Agency. Welcome to the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show. As always, like this where you're watching it, please leave a comment and a question in the chat. I'll answer them here online live. And as always, subscribe to my Fantastic Endeavors YouTube channel, where all my travel and cruise ship reviews are there for your review. And if you're new to the show, we're here all about covering inspirational travel, reviews of worldwide travel to help inspire you on your next bucket list trip. So I recently sailed on the Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas, but I sailed on her twice before. On her inaugural in 2007, when she first launched, when I first became a true cruise planner in the industry and joined a franchise back then. And we had a convention in inaugural as part of the cruise. And at the time, it was the world's biggest ship, along with her sister ship, the Freedom of the Seas. That's a Freedom class ship at 160,000 gross tons. And when we were in port, compared to like the Majesty of the Seas from Royal Caribbean and other Carnival ships at Port of Miami, this ship dominated the landscape. Fast forward to 2025, this ship is just a medium-sized mega ship. Most of the Norwegian cruise ships are the same size, a little bigger. And then you have the mega ships, Oasis class from Royal Caribbean, which is a whole nother level, 225,000 gross tons. And the Icon of the Seas is 250,000 gross tons. So when they're side by side, our ship is dwarfed by the bigger ships, which we had in the port of Nassau. So I'm going to first go into some things about the ship and show you some of my power clips about things we experienced on board during our cruise. And then stay tuned at the end. I'll give you some excellent reasons why you still want to sail on this classic mega ship. So first off, we're going to cover the main pool deck where everything happens. During the day, it's always a fun, good time. Check it out. Embarkation day, Fort Lauderdale. Beautiful cool day in Florida, late February. Woo, Liberty of the Seas. Oh, that skytop bar there was one of our favorite hangouts. Obviously, where you want to be, multiple pools. The solarium is a bit quieter and more adults oriented. So that's a place you want to be, but this was the main pool deck. Next up, what they're known for, when the Freedom class was launched in 2006 with Freedom of the Seas, this became an iconic thing that's now on every Royal Caribbean ship of the bigger ships. They even retrofitted some of the Voyager class. 1999 was a path-breaking ship, the Voyager class, mostly balconies, and then became the Freedom class a bit bigger, then became Oasis class, which blew them all away. And they all have now the Flow Rider Wave Machine. This is fun time for the whole family if you're up for it. Flow Rider on Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas. Will he stand up?
The over-under is about 100 right
No, he's just chilling. Do it, buddy. Oh, he's going for it. He's getting instructions. Got a viewing platform here. There he goes. He's going. He's going. Oh!
So close.
The agony of defeat. We're having fun. And no, it's not for the shameless. And yes, he did try to stand up after numerous coaching from his the guide there, the attendee. But check it out on pretty much almost half the class, if not more, the Flow Rider Wave Machine, a trademark of Royal Caribbean cruise ships. Now I want to move over to the dining venues. This is just a taste of different parts of this classic ship. Royal Caribbean, starting with the Voyager class, started building out these mega dining rooms. Instead of some ships that have separate main dining venues and a lot of specialty restaurants, this ship only has 2 specialty restaurants and a monster 3-story dining room. Then Oasis class has numerous specialty restaurants and still a monster dining room. But I do like the look, the layout, and how this dining room is presented. And you'll see why here in my video. I am walking on the main floor on deck 3, then it's deck 4 and deck 5. We dined on deck 4, and it's so impressive when you see it. And what a great place to eat. No need to spend money on specialty dining. Just eat in the main dining room on Liberty of the Seas. We are on the first floor of the main dining room, Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas. It's amazing. Hi. This is the Voyager class with this epic 3-story dining room. Just want to show the ground floor. The biggest floor, the widest floor. Non-stop seats. It all works. It's not too loud. You have your own server. There's seats all the way to the 3rd floor. Most of the ships here right now could be in the buffet, could be specialty dining. And there's different shifts of main dining and a section that is called My Time Dining. So most all the ships dining right here. They make it work. It's fantastic. It's epic. I highly recommend, even if you're dining the upper floors, is walk through the main dining room with your significant other and walk up those amazing dual stairs and back. You'll feel like a rock star. Moving on to the specialty restaurants, there are 2 main restaurants, Chops Grill Steakhouse, which is still a trademark on most Royal Caribbean ships, and Giovanni's Italian restaurant, Giovanni's Table. Giovanni's Table, you can dine in during breakfast a little bit. Chops Grill is off to limits, and most times they're often for lunch and dinner for a fee. These are a specialty restaurant. Part of our group, I had a group of 40 on board for a corporate event I was hosting, and a number of them did pay extra money to eat on the first lunch because they wanted a higher quality of service and food, and that's why you pay the extra money. A more intimate dining experience. So first off, we have Chops Grill Steakhouse. Chops Grill, Royal Caribbean, Liberty of the Seas, specialty restaurant. Extra fee, beautiful steakhouse. You can eat lunch here when you arrive. If they have openings, just arrive and pay the extra fee and have a really good lunch. You can do sit-down lunch on your day of arrival. Just check out the restaurants that are open. Absolutely beautiful, wonderful views. And keep in mind the opening window of your dining varies per cruise, normally like 30 days out to 90 days out. You can make reservations for dining and prepay, pre-reserve your specialty dining reservations. I love the restaurant. Decor is beautiful. Staff's wonderful, and the food is fantastic. Definitely at least book 1 meal here when you're on a Royal Caribbean ship and Liberty of the Seas. So imagine those windows while you're at sea or on an amazing port of call. What a view. And that's why I prefer more of a lunchtime to take advantage of views, because at nighttime it's just dark. Just my opinion. Moving on, right across the way. So these are located by Windjammer, the trademark buffet. At the entrance to Windjammer, on 2 sides, left and right, will be your specialty restaurants. All the dining in one location. Very convenient ship. Next up, Giovanni's Table Italian Restaurant. Again, you could sit here during breakfast, have people sitting in there just for free, taking advantage of some extra dining space. It's a wonderful restaurant, again, with similar views as Chops Grill.
Liberty Seas, Giovanni's Table, the specialty Italian restaurant. You guys can sit in here during breakfast on certain days. We are looking at Great Stirrup Cay, Norwegian private island, as we sail and dock at Perfect Day Coco Cay, which is Royal Caribbean's island. There are some drinks for breakfast. The evening will be all about specialty dining, Italian. And there's a part of Perfect Day Coco Cay. Beautiful.
Better example of view. Obviously, my first video was done when we were at Port Everglades. Not much to see out the window, but obviously when you're in the islands, like the private island. Keep in mind, as you saw Perfect Day Coco K. I did a recent review of that on my May cruise last year on Celebrity Reflection. So please check that out on my YouTube channel. It was a mid-May live stream. Moving on to other venues in this wonderful ship. I do want to talk about Deck 3. A lot going on this deck. It's the lower level. On the aft level will be your dining room. And the forward area will be the main theater, but aft section. Walk out of the main dining room, then keep going forward. You have your on-air club, which is like your karaoke bar and live kind of effects bar. And all the artwork is out there if you're into live artwork and live auction artwork. And then through there, kind of hidden on this ship, yes, it was a classic trademark of the Voyager class, still around, an ice rink that turns into a fun player at night. They have fun scavenger hunts and fun games I've been involved in the past. All around good times. So this will be a video of on-air club to Studio B, an ice rink, believe it or not, on a cruise ship with some amazing performers. When we checked in for our embarkation drill, which is a lot easier now, by the way, not even watching a video, just say you watched it and walk up, check in anytime you want. No need to wait for everything to happen. And we were asking her questions about the happy hours in the bars, and she said, well, I'm an ice dancer. I don't know. Then we saw her perform. It was fantastic. Well, here we are, on-air club in Studio B on Royal Caribbean. Liberty of the Sea. You're aft, stern-wise, on deck 3. Walkway comes right down. When you first embark, it's not very impressive, but it turns into an art gallery at night. And the fun happens right behind me. We just left Rembrandt, deck 3 of the dining room. Beyond the art is Studio B, karaoke.
And moving on to our next singer with you.
Hey, a bar, how about that?
Time to welcome on stage Diego.
He's popular. They mix in the artwork. Awesome. Ooh,
Right, one more time, take some noise for Diego.
holy. All right, go, buddy. Go, Diego. We're loving karaoke. Should it be the ice rink? Yes, ice rink. Hold that door. See if they're skating yet. Because an ice rink some nights. Some nights it's actually, they put like layers out on the ice and it's a party, but tonight it's an ice rink, I believe. Oh. We got it. Guess what? I cruise ship. And it's an ice rink. It's amazing. It's pretty rough out there, just cruising along. Signing off now. More to come. Impressive, right? That's on every Royal Caribbean ship, Studio B, since the Voyager class in 1999. No other cruise line has it. A trademark, that ice rink. Of course, they all have karaoke bars, but that guy was pretty impressive, right? By the way, karaoke on a cruise ship, be careful. A lot of people who do it are very impressive. You better go first. That was always my routine. Moving on, our last piece is talking about the trademark again of these ships. Started with the Voyager class. Very impressive on Royal Caribbean. Less so on the Oasis class because you have that upstairs neighborhoods we'll talk about later. But this is the Royal Promenade, and this is like the 70s party. And it is awesome because you have like the YMCA sing-along. And I tell you, it's a fantastic time. So we went there for a 70s party. And that's in this old Royal Promenade, which is open up during the day, during night. It's a great way to get through the ship, by the way. Instead of going up to the pool deck and walking through people smoking, which is on one side of the ship, go down to deck 5 and then cross the ship that way. You can people watch, check out the stores, see what's going on, do a little shopping. It's a great way to get through the ship if you're going stern to aft, because this ship, as I said, is massive. Yes, it's huge. So this was a 70s party on board. And then we moved along to what happens in the 70s. Of course, any 70s party, what do you have to sing? Of course, you have to sing YMCA. So that is not a nightclub. That is the center of the ship, and they tell you when it's going to happen. There was an 80s party and some other party throughout the ship. So that's a place you want to be. Always mark these Royal Promenade parties. Free to attend. It's not a club. There are bars on each side. There's schooner bar on one side, lobby bar on the other side. Please take advantage of the Royal Promenade and their awesome parties. A trademark of Royal Caribbean ships. Moving on, I want to end this show with what I promised at the beginning. Why book a cruise on Liberty of the Seas? It's still a classic mega ship, but there are so many better ships, Dave. How come and book? Why not book Quantum Class? Why not book the famous Oasis Class? Why not book Icon? Those are fine too, but there's a cruise for everyone. And here are my reasons why you book Liberty of the Seas. First off, since she has more bigger successor ships, it now is doing the shorter cruises, the shortest cruise you can book, 3-night weekend and 4-night midweek cruises. So if you don't have a lot of time, it's a great ship to hop on. We were on a 3-night cruise on Friday, we were there late morning, and then we got off, 9 o'clock on a Monday, was working that afternoon. Great for locals. It's also a mega ship at competitive its race because it's doing those shorter cruising. And there's a lot more ships in at least Miami and Fort Lauderdale, or in Port Canaveral and Florida ports, doing these shorter cruises. So there's so many berths to fill among all the ships. It makes it more competitive versus the 7-night cruises, which do a lot different itineraries. These guys are pretty much doing the same itineraries. The only difference is they all go to NASA. Love NASA. The only difference is they have different private islands. That's why you book them. Again, affordability, because you're doing these shorter cruises. I mean, our cruise was about $1,000 for a balcony cabin, $1,100 or so. And then there's group rates. Contact me about getting involved in a group. There's group benefits, getting extra credits by booking through a travel agent like myself. We'll get you additional credits and a gift in your cabin. Give myself a plug, of course. Always book through us. I'll tell you how to at the end. But yeah, these are affordable because they're shorter cruises, but you're on a mega ship that was at once the world's biggest ship. Been plenty to do on a massive ship. I can't tell you how much that Studio B and on-air lounge, off-air lounge show you exactly how much there is to do. I mean, some of our group didn't even find that area of the ship. There's so much going on, the Royal Promenade, all the things I talked about previously and more on these cruise ships. It's amazing. And of course, my favorite part of Royal Caribbean ships, yes, the Flow Rider is great. I could put that on here too. But the Royal Promenade, to me, is second to none in cruising. First thing I did was go get a beer at the British bar, the Wolf and Claw, right down on deck 5 and hang out while I waited for our room to be ready. Absolutely impressive experience. Love the Royal Promenade. Trademark of all Royal Caribbean ships since the Freedom class. Even the Quantum class does a Royal Promenade, and they all have that British pub. So thank you for joining us today. We covered Liberty of the Seas cruise ship review. We recently sailed on a 3-night cruise, February 21st to 24th, 2025. And we covered the pool deck, the venues, and popular common areas. If you just popped on, we end the show with why book a cruise on Liberty of the Seas. If you like our show, you like what we do, if you want to book a cruise vacation or a destination vacation anywhere around the world, please contact me, David Hartman, a luxury travel advisor and a cruise ship expert. 305-453-9208, my work number, and dave@bucketwishtrip.com, or just direct message me on social media where you're watching this cruise. We appreciate you watching our Liberty Cruise Review. You have a fantastic